What's going on, everybody? Lucas Decker here. For this video, we'll be discussing the topic of expensive yo-yos and whether or not they are worth it. And guys, I release all sorts of yo-yo related content on this channel, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. With all that being said, we're not wasting any more time. Let's get started. If you're like me, you've probably yo-yoed in public. Occasionally, a stranger might approach you and ask you a few questions about your yo-yo. And one of those questions is very likely to be, hey, how much does a yo-yo like that cost? And those interactions usually go something like this.
Whoa, sweet yo-yo tricks.
Oh, thanks, yeah, they're a ton of fun.
Yeah, those are wild. How much a yo-yo like that cost?
This one was about $55.
What? You spent that much money on a yo-yo?
Yeah, I mean, it's in my hand. That's how much a lot of good quality yo-yos cost.
That is crazy. I don't know how you could spend that much money on a yo-yo. I've never met somebody crazy enough to do that.
Or maybe you've seen one of your favorite players use a certain yo-yo, and you're probably thinking, dang.
Oh, wow, that is awesome. Oh, that yo-yo looks awesome. I gotta have it. Aha, here we go. Whoa, that is a lot.
Dilemmas like these beg the question, is all that money really worth spending on this elegant piece of metal, or should I just spend it on something else? Before we answer that question, we need to define what constitutes as an expensive yo-yo. Now, I understand that everyone has a different budget when it comes to spending money on yo-yos, but for this video, we'll define an expensive yo-yo as a yo-yo that costs $50 or more. $50 might resemble the average price of a yo-yo. However, I also wanted to consider those who are new to yo-yoing, seeing as they might be a bit intimidated by that price range. Also, younger kids who are really into yo-yoing, those prices might seem like a lot for them, especially if they slowly save money through an allowance. Or even skilled players who have a very tight budget in general, they might think that their money is better spent on a cheaper yo-yo, or something else entirely different. So with modern yo-yoers and these other groups taken into consideration, I'd say it's fair to consider $50 and above an expensive price for a yo-yo. So this brings us back to the original question of the video, are expensive yo-yos worth it? Now, I just want to acknowledge that the answer to this question is going to vary from person to person, depending on their budget. So with that being said, here are my thoughts. And my opinion is fact, so don't argue with it. Just kidding. Now, if you're looking for a straightforward yes or no answer from me, well, that's perfect, because that's exactly what I was going to give you, for the most part. Yes, most expensive yo-yos are worth it. And I say most because, of course, there are some exceptions, but in general, expensive yo-yos are worth it. Not for one or two, but three reasons. The first reason is that expensive yo-yos are one of the best ways to invest in your yo-yo skills. Expensive yo-yos are not going to cap off your skill level at any given point. For example, some of these cheaper yo-yos have difficulty performing certain tricks, and if you were to learn or practice these tricks on a cheaper yo-yo, it is going to be an incredibly difficult and frustrating process. Like learning tricks that are horizontal. Now, this is not the case with all cheap yo-yos, but it does apply to many of them. Now, to contrast that with a more expensive yo-yo, these yo-yos are built for those highly advanced tricks, so not only are they capable of them, but they're going to make the learning process much easier. In addition, having a yo-yo that you know is capable of these super difficult tricks is going to boost your confidence. And on a side note, knowing that you spent a pretty hefty chunk of change on one of these guys is going to motivate you to use it a lot and get your money's worth. The second reason why expensive yo-yos are worth it is that they have a premium look and feel. Like most things in life, paying a premium price will get you a premium product. Yo-yos are no exception. When you drop some serious cash on a yo-yo, you're going to take that first glance and think, wow, that is a nice looking yo-yo. I mean, just look at these things. Look at how classy and elegant these look. And chances are you didn't pay for it to have it sit there and collect dust while you look at it, but you also paid to use it. And wow, these yo-yos play fantastic. Guys, when you're playing with a more expensive, high-end yo-yo, right off that first throw, you're going to notice a massive quality difference when compared to a cheaper yo-yo. These yo-yos are designed incredibly well. These yo-yos use better materials, which allows for better design. Higher-end materials allow for greater durability and more possibilities in weight distribution. For example, most bimetals like this are fairly expensive. It's made of both aluminum and stainless steel. These high-end yo-yos are designed and tested until they are just right. And now, for the third and final reason why expensive yo-yos are worth it, is that yo-yos are cheap compared to other hobbies. This one is my personal favorite when I try to explain to non-yo-yoers. For most yo-yoers, yo-yoing is a hobby. It's something we really enjoy doing in our free time or as a distraction. We can practice it and get better at it. There's good community, and it's just a great hobby in general. But regardless, a lot of other hobbies out there make these expensive yo-yos look cheap. Say you spent about 60 bucks on this yo-yo right here. Actually, wait, I could do you one better. Say you spent $140 on this yo-yo right here. With that one-time payment of $140 and maybe an additional purchase for some maintenance supplies and strings later down the road, you are given limitless trick possibilities, limitless playtime. It's not like these things run on batteries or need to charge, and you can stuff it in your pocket and take it anywhere. Now let's compare that to some of the other purchases that I've made for another hobby of mine. And a decent amount of yo-yos that I've talked to also share this hobby: video games. Now, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm a Nintendo guy, so I like to rock the Switch. So you have the initial purchase for the system, 300 bucks. Well, hold up, that doesn't even include a game. You didn't think you'd actually be able to use it after you bought it, did you? So you gotta buy a game, 60 bucks. So right now we're at 360 bucks, which is well past what we've spent on the yo-yo. And now you're thinking, all right, well, I had my fun with this game. I kind of did everything there is to do. I'm gonna get another game, 60 bucks. Then it happens again. All right, well, I had my fun with this game. I'm gonna get another one, 60 bucks. And soon enough, I spent over $1,000 on games. Plus the console, that's $1,300. That's insane. Now you might be saying, well, Lucas, like the games, you might buy another yo-yo because you're bored of the ones that you have and want to try something new. And that is a very fair point, which I'm gonna have to agree with. However, a majority of these expensive yo-yos are capable of doing nearly every trick, whereas these games do not all possess the same feature as one another, for lack of a better term. Another hobby I used to really enjoy was ice skating. A good pair of ice skates is gonna run you about 100 bucks. And while you can use that $100 pair of ice skates as much as you want, unless you have a frozen pond in your backyard all year round, you're also gonna have to pay to go to a skating arena. Now, there are countless other hobbies that are more expensive than yo-yos, and I'm not trying to say that yo-yoing is a superior hobby to those. What? Sorry, that totally slipped out of my mouth. But all jokes aside, if you enjoy gaming or ice skating like I do, then you should definitely keep at it and investing in it, because that's awesome. And this is not to say that yo-yoing is the cheapest hobby. There are definitely hobbies that are cheaper than yo-yos. The point that I'm trying to make here is that, like any other hobby that you enjoy, you're going to want to invest in it. While some may see it as spending 140 bucks on a piece of metal, us yo-yoers see it as a lot more than that. So, to conclude, I would definitely say that most expensive yo-yos are worth it. And if you're ever unsure about the yo-yo that you're thinking about buying, maybe do some more research and ask some other people what they think of it. But guys, those are just my thoughts. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say in the comments below. Let me know whether or not you think expensive yo-yos are worth it. Do you agree with my reasoning? Why or why not? Let's have some awesome discussions. And that's gonna put a wrap on this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Excuse me. I know you enjoyed it. Guys, if you're enjoying the videos in the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. It is truly appreciated. And as always, any further feedback, questions, or suggestions are more than welcome in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you very soon.